What's up, guys? It's Tato. Excuse me for the way that I'm looking right now. Obviously, as you can see by the title, today's video is going to be a little different. First and foremost, I have my Palo Santos, and I have my window open. Let me just clear my energy really fast and just get all negative energy that's in here out and bring in positive energy. If you guys don't know, Palo Santos is for it's to clear the air of negative energy. It's kind of similar to saging. It's a certain type of wood. It has a certain type of smell. And sage is cool. I just don't like the smell, but sometimes I will like the sage, but Palo Santos is my go-to. So I'm gonna put it in my little crystal tray. And I also have my crystal here. I'm gonna set this here with me to soak in positive energy and charge. You guys, I know I have not been on YouTube in a while. There's really no excuse. I was going through something. I don't feel like that's an excuse to not post, because I just have to keep up the momentum. I have to continue to be consistent, and I have supporters now, so I have you guys to think about. Today we are going to be talking about how to get over a breakup. And I have been crying, you guys. I'm literally a crybaby. I found out this technique, but it was on Grey's Anatomy, which is my favorite show. But I found out that if you put your tongue at the top of your mouth and you look up at the sky, when you feel that there are tears coming on, this will stop the tears. Me personally, I have tried that and the tears still come out, but I'm gonna try it during this video and hopefully I am successful. So yeah, let's get started. Before I get into this video, you guys, the type of content I post is all over the place, so if you still want to follow me, follow my life, follow my journey, the reaction videos, the lifestyle videos I post, acting videos I post, then definitely like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the post notification bell, therefore you will be notified. I'm gonna drop a banger. Sorry, I couldn't be all like hype and stuff today for the banger part. But today, yes, I will be telling you guys about this breakup and what I'm doing to cope, what I'm doing to get over it, and so that I can move forward. First and foremost, I don't know if you guys know, but I was previously in a relationship, and I had a few videos on my YouTube channel that I took down. And I'm already trying not to cry. I took the videos down, and I've kind of been going through this process for about 3 weeks now. And I didn't even know if I was gonna post a video regarding this, but I'm a vulnerable person and I'm pretty open, therefore I have nothing to hide. This is my journey, this is my life, so I'm talking about it. Once you let it out and you don't bottle it up, then you can get over it and move forward. yeah, I've been going through this process for like 3 weeks now, and this is going to be completely my perspective of the whole situation. But previously had a boyfriend, was previously in a relationship, and in the beginning, like, things are going really well, and they did move pretty fast. But for me, this shit don't work. Looking up at the sky, this do not work. For me, WTF. For me, I know what I want, and when you know, you know. So let me just get it together. In the beginning, you guys, things moved really fast, and when I first met him, I wasn't even into him, literally. I was like kind of checking for his friend. And you know, his friend and I, like, we were having like a few conversations. It was during a game night, and I was having a conversation with him, and then somehow I end up having a conversation with my boyfriend, well, my ex-boyfriend, and he starts asking me a lot of questions or whatever. Out of nowhere, he's like, I want to take you out. And I was just super surprised. And so I was definitely hesitant to say yes, because I was checking for his friend, and two of my friends thought he was cute. So I was like, oh, he's off limits. I'm not even looking his way. I'm checking for this other guy, all that. So when he asked me out, basically, I was like, you know, I don't know. It's kind of like a sticky situation or whatever. And so I just kind of avoided the question and really tried to avoid him for the rest of the night. And so he was like, the night was so fun, you guys, literally. It's probably the most fun I had like all year. It was like a really cool game night, like super dope, good vibes, good people, all that. And so we started like rapping and freestyling and stuff, and he started rapping, and oh my gosh, it was terrible. But like, I was like, yeah, you trash at rapping. And really the first thing I noticed about him is he was just super country. Like the way he spoke, he was just like, he was country. And so yeah, I don't know, I was kind of like laughing at him the whole night, not thinking, do I even look at him that way? You know, whatever. So yeah, fast forward, he asked me out, tried to avoid the question. Then we were leaving, and we were all walking to our cars, and I was walking with my friend whose house we were at, where we hosted it, and he was in front with like his friends. And so he starts walking back towards me, and I was just like, oh my gosh, he's coming back. And so he basically asked me again, like, so, you know, are you gonna give me an answer? All that. And I was just like, I don't know. Like, I don't feel like comfortable with saying yes, because, you know, the whole situation. And so then I'm still trying to avoid him, all that. So I walked to my car, And they walk to their car. So here he comes again for a third time. Let me close this window. So yeah, he came again and was like, yeah, so are you gonna give me an answer, because I'm gonna be mad if I go home and you don't give me an answer? And are you really gonna let the fact that your friends think I'm cute stop you from allowing me to like take you out or whatever? And I was just like, I don't know, like I don't know if I feel comfortable. And so he was like, stop crying, Tay. What the fuck? I'm sorry, y'all. So yeah, he was like, are you gonna let that stop you? And I was like, I don't know, because it's a sticky situation. He's like, oh, we're definitely going out. I'm definitely taking you out, because I can see that you're a good woman. And from that moment, I was like, okay, I'm checking for this other dude. And here's this guy basically stepping up and going for what he wants, which is definitely a quality that I love in a man. So I was like, okay, let me actually give him a chance. Like, let me give him an opportunity. You know what? I looked at some other breakup videos and I'm crying way more than them. So, fast forward. That night he texted me and was like, you know, thank you for giving me the opportunity, and I know you made a tough decision tonight, but it can be rewarding and this can be the start of something special. So I was like, okay. It was like, he kind of sentimental, you know, acting a little like compassionate. And so then I ended up calling him because his number came up under the unknown sender folder, so I didn't know he texted me. So I didn't see him until like 3 in the morning. So I called him. We were talking. Great conversation. We ended up getting off the phone at like 5 in the morning. He's like, oh, I don't have anything to do in the morning. Because I was like, oh, you know, I'm sorry I have you up so late. And he's like, good. I don't have nothing to do in the morning. Come find out, he missed a meeting the next morning. And he lied. But it was cute. So, this is some bullshit. New tissue. He caught me at the right time in my life. I'll say that. Because I wasn't talking to nobody. Literally. Wasn't entertaining anybody. Wasn't texting nobody. Yeah, he pulled up at the right time. In my most vulnerable moment. And you know how like when you kick it with somebody for the first time, you know, after that first time, you know, after spending one-on-one time with somebody, you know if you gonna come back over here, you know if you like him, Or, you know, I ain't never coming back over here ever again. And I knew. Yeah, because I wasn't applying pressure in the beginning. Because I just wanted him to know what he wanted. So, and I knew in the back of my mind, I'm knowing like, okay, whenever we're not talking for a couple of days or whatever, he's clearly talking to somebody else. But that's fine, because talk to those other females so you can know that none of them are me. Will never be me. Don't have nothing on me. So, yeah. So finally, after a month, we were just kind of like communicating on and off. We finally like really like reconnected, and he's like, I want to see you, you know, did you want to come over? And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna come over there. And that night we had a lot to talk about, and he kind of just laid down where his head was at, because in the beginning he was just like initiating everything, from asking me from like what's my top 5 love languages to how long do I feel you should talk to somebody until we get into a relationship, like just real relationship forward questions, which definitely impressed me, because typically as the women, we are the ones that initiate those types of questions, which shows like, okay, is this dude even ready for what I'm ready for? And he knew what he wanted, and his reason for like, you know, taking a step back for a little while was because he knew, or he could see like the type of woman that I was, and he was trying to decide like, okay, now that I know the type of woman that she is, am I ready for this? And y'all, literally the next day, he like made me his girlfriend. And I was just like, wow. I mean, I already knew I wanted to be with him, but of course it's not my place to say that or anything. I just stay in my lane, stay in my place, and when the man is ready, he's ready. And I met his family via Zoom. They were really nice. They were really sweet to me. We cooked. We spent Easter together. First holiday together. Like, this is a real man right here. Because definitely what I'm used to is like guys that just are little boys. They have all cheated on me, don't know how to be loyal, immature, everything. And he was none of that. So I'm just like, okay, yes, like, he has to be the guy for me, you know? And I'm like, at this point, I'm like putting my all into this relationship and, you know, feeding into him, giving him me. And so everything was cool until later on. I guess we started just arguing like a lot. And he's a great guy. Like, he's not a bad person. I don't have anything bad to say about him. It was just like, as far as our relationship, it was evident that I loved him more than he loved me. Okay, so don't get me wrong, like, things were good when they were good. Like, when we were good, it was perfect. Like, literally, I couldn't ask for anything else. I couldn't ask for a better man. But that's when we were together, and that's when we were in person. But when we weren't in person, it was like the communication was shaky, and he was just like doing him. And I'm just like, damn, well, sometimes, like, are you forgetting that you're in a relationship? Because, like, obviously I don't have nothing to say when we're good, because when we're in person, like, we're good. But it was more so when we weren't together. It just seemed like a lot of other things were more important. And he would, like, go out of town, and, like, we would literally barely talk, like, to the point to where I can't even get, like, a good night. And that was also, like, new and foreign to me, because I'm used to good mornings, I'm used to good nights, like opening the day and closing the day together. It's so crazy because in the beginning, I thought he was completely different. Like, the person he was when I first met him is not who he is now. I remember he was like, when we first met, he was like, he told me good night. He was like, make sure you hit me up in the morning, because I want to be the first person that you talk to in the morning. I want you to be the first person that I talk to. And I was like, dang, okay, he's like really sweet. I was just expecting like that consistency, and a lot throughout our relationship had, like, our downfall had a lot to do with expectations, because I was expecting him to keep up that momentum, to continue doing those things that he was doing. And I'm the type, I don't miss a beat. Like, I over love, literally. Even if you need like this much of love, I'm gonna give you this much. Yeah, like in the beginning he was just like, is it gonna be me and you forever? You know, you ain't going nowhere. Just all it is. Like, he used to tell me he loved me all the time. I met his family, like, literally. One day he was like, pack your bags and we're going to Virginia. And I was like, oh wow, like, that's crazy. I was happy because I'm like, you want to introduce me to your family, like, in person. So, and then he just slowly started like drifting away. And I was trying to figure out like what happened. Like, when did you change your mind? Like, to this day, I still can't make sense of it. Like, and so it just got to the point to where he's like, I don't think I'm boyfriend material. And I was like, but you are. You are. You showed me. And his words are just, I'm perfect. Any guy would be happy to have me. And we don't want to hear that. Who wants to hear that? I don't want to hear that. I want to hear that you're perfect for me. I know your worth. You know my worth. and I'm gonna show you. And I say he broke up with me because I'm not even embarrassed to say that, but at the end of the day, like, I was still willing to fight for the relationship, and he wasn't. And so yeah, we separated. He was playing my emotions a little bit during that by telling me he was gonna call me and then didn't call me. I sent him a message going off like, why you playing my emotions, yada yada. He didn't respond. I ended up texting him again, and I was like, at this point I just need closure. We went a week without speaking, basically, and I just felt like empty. And so he responded back and was like, yeah, let's meet up at our spot, the snowball place. And we met up. And he was being like nice and stuff, hugging me and all that. And I was confused because I didn't know how that was gonna go because we're like broken up. Like, this is the first time I'm seeing you after we broke up. And so he was just like hugging me and stuff and telling me he missed me. Of course I knew I missed him. We kissed, all that. And so then he had somewhere to go with his friends. And I went back over there to visit him that next day. And for those next 2 weeks, we had spent like almost every day together, talking on the phone, texting, all of that. And I was just thinking like, okay, are we back together? But then he told me we weren't back together. We're just two people that love each other. And I'm just like, okay. Something happened at the end of those 2 weeks where I wanted him to come with me out of town, and we had a choice. And the choice wasn't me. And he decided to stay. And I found out some information, and it just dawned on me like, why am I trying to force this? Literally, this man does not want to be with me. He's not ready for a relationship, and it's not my place anymore to try to fight for this. He doesn't want to be fought for. And he's like, we need to take a step back. And I'm like, okay, but you're everything to me. Like, I can't just go from doing all this to nothing. So if that is the case, then I'm going to remove myself. And that is what I've been currently battling with, because we have not spoken in like the last 4 days. And I have to let it go. I have to let this go. I saw this video about breakups where you're slowing down the process of letting someone go and moving on from someone, when in the back of your mind you still have hope that y'all will work out. And that's what I was doing. I was just hoping like he would just come to his senses and just love me and just give me his all. And that has not happened. And I cannot be the one to wait on that, because I deserve everything. Everything I gave to him, I deserve that back in return. So now I know to move forward, and it's gonna take some time, but I know our worth. They say a man is supposed to love you more than you love him. And that was not the case. And that's my story, you guys. Sorry for crying. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully I helped someone. Know your worth and don't settle for anything less than that.